Chad and I are headed to Nashville, Tennessee for Team Shawn Hammonds team training. That's kind of redundant. Why on earth is there a clown?
In half a mile, the destination is on your left.
It's a creepy ass
325 North Town.
For all the grapplers out there, after a long road trip, does your back feel absolutely awful? Chad and I just got into Murfreesboro to the hotel. Why is this air conditioning on? It's so cold in here. So we're in town at Murfreesboro, Tennessee for the Team Shawn Hammonds sort of meetup. This is something that, like, every year all the guys get together, especially all the black belts from all around the country. Like, I know we've got Kenny, who I'm looking forward to talking shit to and beating up, and Dave and all the guys. So as far back as like the West Coast, like California, Arizona, and all over the Midwest and stuff like that, we all kind of come together. Last year, I think there was 230 something people, and there's like 30 something black belts. And so who knows what's going to be tomorrow. But it's kind of a chance for all the guys within the Shawn Hammonds Association to get in together, hang out, see each other, beat the shit out of each other a little bit, and have a good time. So hopefully I'm going to try, well, I guess if you're watching this then something came out of it, I'm going to try to sort of bring the video camera along for the weekend and see if we can get some good stuff. Oh, and there's Chad. I got it. What's up, buddy? How are you, brother? The first day of Team Shawn Hammonds team. I keep saying that Team Shawn Hammonds team training, and we got Joe Bays, who's like a leg wizard over there, and then he's a leg wizard. He's a leg sorcerer.
Wizard of the legs.
And we got Kenny here. Where's everyone eating? Is everyone eating somewhere? Toots? Okay.
I got something you can eat.
Oh! On camera.
Am I gonna be on Chewjitsu?
You will probably be on Jiu-Jitsu.
What's up, Chewjitsu?
You know my name. First night of training's down, and I figured I would take a minute, just because I have some ample time sitting around here in the hotel room, to answer some questions. We'll pick a couple of simple ones. We will go to Instagram. Got Austin. Austin asked the question, he says, hey, recently I've started training BJJ, but these last 2 months I've been out with an ankle injury, and my belt has fallen on the floor, and it got dirty from my dog stepping on it. So I've heard never to wash my belt, so how would I clean my belt? Well, Austin, you clean your belt by putting it in a washer. That's it. You know, guys, you know, there's that, you know, that weird sort of, I don't know, like misconception, myth, whatever you want to call it, where you're not supposed to wash your belt because you're going to wash away the spirit, you're going to wash away the knowledge. I actually heard someone say that. You said you're not supposed to wash away the belt because it washes away the knowledge. This is not true. In fact, it's very important that when you start to like get some funk on your belt, you wash the damn thing, because that smell that's coming from your belt is not knowledge, it's bacteria. Funny story about my belt. I had a similar situation to you, Austin. Back in the day, my old gym, we had my very first gym, we had a green belt that was kind of an intermediary belt from the white to blue, and I got my green belt, and so I didn't really wear my white belt. But when I was getting ready for a big tournament that, you know, did not recognize the green belt as an adult belt, I had to dig up my white belt, which had been sitting down on the ground, and my basement had flooded, and so this belt had been sitting in mildewy water for, you know, a long time. Well, it dried eventually, obviously, but the smell was still there. So I pulled this belt out from down in like a little crevice down in the basement, and it stunk so bad. And I remember I tried to put it on, you know, it was at the Arnold Classic back in 2004, and I tried to put on the belt and get on the mat, and the ref was actually like, the ref like waved his hands. He's like, no. He's like, he's like, no, you have to like take that off. He didn't speak English. He's like, you got to take the belt off and put it over there. And he handed me like one of the green and yellow belts to wear because it stunk so bad. So I feel your pain, but don't be afraid to wash your belt. It's very important.
Look at this madness.
Guys, welcome out to Team Shawn Hammonds Training 2017. Believe it or not, we have 41 black belts on the mat, 275 students. Also, we have a special guest teacher, Jyri Manninen, and he's out of Finland, Europe. He's a buddy of mine, and a crazy good black belt under Damien Maya. So, you're invited. Come next year. See us in 2018.
On you, so there is no space. That's the trick. Now, to work this hook, usually we're here. So first off, besides the upper body control, I will need to control his hips too. So I come over his leg, not behind his butt, but over to close. Now if back tries to turn that way, his hip is stuck. If I make the hip here, he's gonna turn away from me and I'll lose the control. So control the hip and control the upper body. Now this is the moment, if you feel that there is space, you can just step over. But usually they're bringing the knee high and they're bringing that hand to, you know, take all the space out. So if you're super flexible, you can just open and bring your leg here and imagine this is my leg. You can turn and bring it in from that angle. But most of us are not that flexible. Like, that's my turn on that leg. So instead, I will bring my knee high up and step my heel on his thigh. You see right there? I step it on his thigh. There is always space. And now my aim is not to try to wiggle my hook in by using that heel. I stay tight and I'm gonna try to stretch his arm part by pushing with this leg. Not arm, his leg. So I try to push it that way. That's it. And now when it's open, I slide the hook in. But here, if it's closed and you step here, if this is loose and you start to step in, he's just gonna kinda pull away from you. So you stay tight, step, and try to stretch his leg. Keep here, because I know I will have to release that arm so he don't get away. I come here, open, no rush. Open, here. Bring it over to that arm. Switch to that arm. Start to put him on his back here. Oh, choke. Okay? One more time. Sometimes I've been able to do it like that. I have that arm already here, and I'm doing this here. So I don't even go underhook here. I pass it along with that hand. So I kind of take one step away, but sometimes it's hard. So that's why we're doing it like this. Like 1, 2, 3, 4.
His body, and it makes it so the only way that he can break the grip is by going in, which is what I want for the triangle here. So the way that we're going to do this, the top leg is going to kick the guy right in the armpit to get his base off. This gives me enough space to start to move my bottom leg out. If I try to do this and move the bottom leg out now, it's stuck. So I get here in the position, I do a big kick on the armpit, I have enough room now. Now watch this. If I stay in this position, I just try to get my knee out. Even me, I'm 6'3", it's pretty tough. So I'm going to do two things at once here. I'm going to kick the armpit, and my bottom leg is going to move out. So I do like a little hip escape. Now I have enough space to get my legs free, and I start to shoot up. And I always come to this position first, and you'll see why later. Now, the way to finish this triangle here, a lot of people do it wrong. They come here and they try to squeeze down and they just try to squeeze the knees. What it does is puts a lot of pressure on the shoulders, but it's not actually a choke. So when I get here, obviously the important things are create your angle, but the most important thing is turning my knees and my feet towards the floor and now squeezing, and now I get a tighter choke. So rather than this, if I just squeeze down right here, notice none of the space went away. But if I go like this and I start to tighten it up, all that space is gone now. So if I got a bigger guy, even if my legs are just locked up over position, he gets control. First thing I do is grab my shin. If I don't and I try to transition like this, it makes it easy for him to break. So we're here, start with my legs crossed, grab the shin, grab the knee, transition to the side. If your legs aren't this long, transition where they're crossed like this. Now I can single out the arm, the shoulder, extend in. If he keeps his arm right here, I got Kimuras, straight arm bars, take it across, triangles, all kinds of stuff there. Right, anybody have any questions about that? Good, 1, 2, 3.
Now from here, once I see that, that's kind of my cue to go. I'm gonna continue to push and I'm going to bridge. And what I'm trying to do, guys, when I bridge, you'll see this in a second, I'm trying to get this arm to catch, right? Notice the elbow's pointed down now, his arm's stuck. And when you bridge, just like a upa bridge, right? We're not bridging, for 1 second, we're not bridging sideways, right? We're bridging up over the shoulder. So when you're going, you're trying to aim over here, not over here, okay? So when you hit your partners, we'll push in the neck, push, and we're just gonna wiggle, okay? They're not gonna be crazy resistant or anything like that, not yet, okay? We hold the hand across the face, and we're gonna go from here to here, okay? This, stop here first. Make sure you get this. If you don't get this, the move doesn't work. Okay, catch and hold. From here, we can just continue to roll. You get right in. You can go for side control here.
Guys, I hope you had fun following around during the Team Shawn Hammonds team training. I gotta stop saying that, so redundant. Again, I did this video. I'll probably do these from time to time where I kind of just bring you guys along on different training trips and stuff like that I have going on. But again, this is a great time for all the people within the Shawn Hammonds Association. It's so much fun to get around all the guys and train together and get to see everyone and, you know, sort of get after one another. And, you know, again, I posted this on Facebook. The reason I went under Shawn, because I've been under Shawn officially since 2015, but I started training with Shawn on a routine basis back in 2009. I knew him way back, as far as back when I first started, because I saw him at my first tournament and I always watched him compete, and, you know, he was always a monster. And then he opened up his doors to me to let me come and train, and, you know, I've been training with him ever since. And it's something where, you know, a lot of us that have gone under Shawn's association, we do so not just because he's really good at jiu-jitsu or just because of he's a technical teacher or because of his competition and all that stuff, but a lot of it has to do with the fact that he's just a good dude, right? Shawn's one of those dudes where, for me personally, he was in my, like, he was teaching me and training me when I wasn't under his banner. He was inviting me down to his gym just to help me out, help a young kid out who didn't know what the fuck he was doing sometimes. And when I would go to tournaments, if he was there, he would be like in my corner cheering for me, helping, like throwing out some coaching for me, you know, all these different things. And he never had to. And so when it came down to, you know, move associations, just because I wanted to find something a little bit closer for our gym so we can be a part of things like this, that was a no-brainer for me. I was like, dude, this guy's been in my corner, helped me so much over the years, and he's never asked for anything in return. I can't help but want to be under someone like that, you know? And again, sort of a little side tip for all you guys, because this is, and I'm going off, completely off tangent here, or off subject, but a lot of you guys that are getting into jiu-jitsu now, you probably have aspirations, and I get questions about these too from people who like say, oh, someday I want to be a gym instructor, I want to be a coach, I want to be this, that, whatever, right? Understand that your job then is to, you want to build yourself up. You want to be the best competitor, best teacher, best whatever you want to be the best at that. And then make sure that when it comes time for you to be in the teaching position, for you to be in the front seat, it is in your job to give to people as much as possible, and in turn they will give back to you. Like Shawn, he gave back to me, right? And so then, and likewise, I'm like, hey, I want my guys to be a part of you. I want to have you out for seminars. I want to do things to support your image, your name, and all that other stuff. So make sure that you guys understand that, because a lot of people think that, you know, they're going to build these successful gyms by winning a bunch of competitions and just standing there and be like, come on over, right? It doesn't work that way, man. Because when people get into jiu-jitsu, they're not worried about what you've won or whatever. They're worried about, like, what can you give me, right? And likewise, that's what we're all, when it comes down to it, we're all a little bit selfish, and we want to know what we're getting out of it. And so if you're a coach, a leader, if you ever want to be, whatever that is, right? Make sure that you're always keeping in mind those people that are there coming to you for information. Just like you look around, that big room full of people that are, have Shawn Hammonds patches all over them, right? There's a reason why we do it, to do with a lot of the fact that he's went out of his way to help a lot of us out, and in turn we want to give back to him. So guys, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you next time.